Hey, this is a micro lesson on glamour words. The norm in our part of Twitter is to hype up using simple language that you could use to explain a concept to a 5-year-old, because a lot of the people that you're going to be writing to have the reading level of a 5-year-old. And as insulting as that may be, it's actually quite useful to write like that. Take Donald Trump, for instance, the GOAT Scott Adams, greatest persuader of all time, used to say Trump is successful in part because he uses simple language, and it's true. Don't ask me how I know this, but the part of your mind that makes your decisions has no clue what words that are like 4 syllables long mean, meaningless to them, or to it. However, simple language is like, done. I got it. I understand exactly what you mean. And part of it is that when you use simple language, the mind can unpack and understand what you're saying in a way that feels right and applies to the listener's mind, to the listener's understanding. Meanwhile, a larger word is kind of like, it's like you haven't seen it too many times, so the structure and what it looks like and what it means isn't as clear. Now, there is a good time and a good reason to use big words. Not too big, but I don't know. You'll figure it out when you hear me say what kind of words you got to look for. They're called glamour words. Okay. A glamour word is a word that you drop into a sentence to make an extravagant impact on the listener. Donald Trump has a glamour word, and you'll know what it is probably before I say it if you're a fan of his, because he says it all the time. And the word is tremendous. Tremendous. Don't you associate tremendous with Donald Trump? He even says it in that video where he calls a reporter and pretends to be his own publicist or something from like the 90s. Megyn Kelly reported on it. Anyways, the lesson is to choose a glamour word and use it to get people's attention. Because if you use a word that's uncommon, that people don't hear too often, all of a sudden they pay attention. And especially if they have to do a little bit of work internally to understand what it means, you'll get their attention. Because you know when you see something in a sentence on Twitter or in a headline and it's like a little bit wrong, you pay attention. It's actually a thing. You can convince people or persuade them and keep their attention by making them do just a little bit of extra work internally, cognitively. So yeah, the lesson is to choose a couple glamour words and get used to using them so that people associate those words with you, and you get a couple other benefits. By the way, if you ever see me use the word magnificent, it's totally on purpose. I love that word. Magnificent it's a magnificent word. What can I say? Okay, hope you learned something useful. Ciao.